This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
He's pulling away from Kyle Busch.
Yeah, and give a little credit to Kyle Busch. He gave him some room there. He understood the situation, and he's racing for a championship, too, as we have a crash in turn 2.
Patrick Sheltra, another ARCA veteran, making a start here at Kansas, has put it into the wall in a beautiful paint scheme that is now all dinged.
He's on the rear bumper off
just flat wrecked us.
Well, you heard that he said, I think he said the 23, they're saying wrecked him. Patrick, if you follow the ARCA series, boy, he had a huge crash back at Daytona earlier in the year, sat out a month, came back, won his first race at Salem. Take another look.
Well, I wouldn't say the 23 took him out right here. Looks like he kind of crowded the 23 getting in the corner there.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both, and there's just not a lot of grip to be had out there right now, especially you've got low air pressure.
Teammate is also into his pit stall in that car for Michael Waltrip Racing. Scott Speed saying the car is good. He just needs track position. They're going to take 4 tires for this car and get Scott Speed back out on the track. Jamie.
And Brad Keselowski just gets in the pit box, and we have a caution on the track, guys. The 09 hits the wall.
Hit the wall.
And the 88, Brad Keselowski said his car was just a tick free. They loved it. The audible was 4 tires only. What a day it's been for the 88. He's down and away, guys.
Well, the caution is not good if you've been on pit lane, but boy, Greg Biffle is going to be the happiest guy in this place.
Bring it to me. 3,800.
He is going to
3,800.
inherit this lead now after all these up.
He pitted on lap number 3, and that may be the biggest break he has gotten all day. And oh yeah,
that, man,
look at
that just
that.
blew the whole quarter panel off this 09. Must have run over something with that right rear. You can see the whole tread rubber of the tire came off.
And John Wesley was...
I think, that, like you said, Dale, that 99's got a good car, and that's going to definitely prevail in this battle.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of the Cup guys sitting around today watching this race and hoping these guys will kind of widen the groove out on this racetrack. We've got problems here.
Peyton Sellers has tagged the wall, and that'll bring out our 3rd caution of the day as...
Coming to pit road, guys. Coming to pit road. You got no brakes, guys. You got no brakes.
He was 21st, and everybody get out of the way because he's got no brakes. Oh, just a little too much.
Yeah, that's just a little scrape right there. That's not, I don't think that would have done enough
I think he came on down into turn 3 then.
To 6th. Carl Edwards now coming up on him, and whoa, turns him around. Carl gets into him. Through the infield.
Definite contact from Carl Edwards. Square in the back of the 32 here.
So now Vickers, who doesn't hit anything except the infield grass, is not going to be very happy with Carl. We now have our 6th caution.
This will be a big break for cars that couldn't make it to the end. Now we get some caution laps.
So do they come get fuel, or are you just going to save the fuel on the racetrack?
They'll just save it on the racetrack. I mean, some of the cars that are back on the tail end of the lead lap will come in.
Checked up, or did Carl just plow him?
Well, I think Carl thought he was going to get the outside like the other guys had done, and Brian kind of slid it right up in front of Carl, and Carl opted not to get out of the throttle. I think he thought that the hit that he was going to give was just going to kind of...
Jamie, what's going on with the 88?
Well, Marty, you know, there's been a lot of news surrounding this 88 team the last couple of weeks. It was actually announced that Kelly Byers would be the new driver for Junior Motorsports. You see him on the left there, but it wasn't clear as to what number and who the crew chief will be. Well, Pop Series Senior, guys, the 15 of Michael Annette, who was having a great day spinning as he goes straight into the wall.
Oh, what a tough break. Michael Annette running 16th at the time.
Yeah, Dale and I were just watching them get together again going into turn 1. Seems like they just couldn't get away from each other. They've been racing hard the whole race. 62 and Brendan Gaughan and Michael Annette.
Well, we talked about the fact that right after we watched the replay.
You can see he got up. He was trying to carry that speed because he wanted to make the pass. He just caught Brendan Gaughan again after falling back for a little time. And as he got up close, he turned the wheel a little bit and the back end came around.
Let's get another angle, see if it... Remember, he came out of this 13th.
Now, those 2 tires are working good for Clint Boyer. He was able to get down on the bottom and clear that group of trouble in turn 2.
Got a crash, and that is Vickers into the wall, and Brendan Gaughan. Eric Darnell trying to keep it off the wall, and will. But we now have our 8th caution. So Brendan Gaughan, who was doing a very good job, he was running in 12th right then, finds himself now with severe damage.
I see Brendan Gaughan trying to get his car back to the pits.
See if that's exactly what happens here.
Oh, he's
down
loose.
into turn 1. Yeah, he's definitely out of control right there as he tries to correct it. Brian Vickers is unfortunately right there, and it takes him out also.
So 2 guys that were on the lead lap now find themselves heading for the garage. And going to go down to the wire. What's going to go to the wire here? Who's going to win it? Well, the 2 guys up front, Joe Gibbs Racing. Here we go. We're green at Kansas. Boy, and Keselowski's not slow this time. He's hugging the back bumper of the 18.
Here comes Logano on the outside, though, with a run.
Saw a puff of smoke further back in the field. Got
That's
a tire
Stephen
rub.
Wallace. Got a tire rub.
66
Here
could be
comes
in trouble.
Logano for
And
the lead.
Logano going for the lead. Logano on the low side. Here comes Kyle back on
He's
the
out
high
of control
side.
there. Wow, he's really sliding. He did a good job of hanging on the car right there on the inside. Joey Logano did.
5 to go.
Was that his last shot in his pistol? Don't know for sure. He just about lost it coming out of 4, and there's the tire rub we mentioned. We saw the smoke on the 66, and Wallace is going backwards. He's down to 12th. Trying to hang on. That's Scott Wimmer right behind him in the 5. Reed Sorensen in front. Nothing's changed up front. We're keeping an eye on this battle because Wimmer is going around him.
Wallace got to be careful that he doesn't cut this left front tire down. He's got about 4 laps he's got to make here before the end of the race.
Let's go back to the race lead because it is now a 2-car battle. The Joe Gibbs teammates have pulled a second away from 3rd place. Brad Keselowski and Kevin Harvick in 4th.
Well, look at Joey working that race. Look at this run.
Yeah, he's really trying to make that high side work here. He's gotten a nice run. If he can get to the outside, that'll be his best move.
I'm going to tell you, he's in a good spot right here.
Here he goes. This time by. We'll have just 3 laps to go. Kyle runs him up just a touch. He hangs on. Stays in the lane.
I think Joey's got him here.
Joey has him cleared. And could it happen for a 4th time this year?
Unbelievable.
Wow, that's a
Don't let
power
him do the
move
same
right there
thing
to
to
go
you.
to the outside. We haven't seen that work up front all day long.
He has passed him inside of 10 laps every single
You're
time.
faster than him.
He's done
2
it
to go at the
again.
line. 2.
2 to go. This time at the line. It's not over yet. Down into 1. Kyle not able to mount a charge just yet.
See Kyle trying that high side to see if he can get a run here.
No, I think it's a little too late.
Down the back straightaway. A lap and a half to go. And Joey is pulling away.
What a way to bounce back for Joey Logano after last week.
Tumbled 8 times at Dover in the Sprint Cup Series race last week at the Monster Mile. Right now, he's 1 lap away from eating the monster here at Kansas. This is unreal. 4 times this has happened. Kyle's not going to want to ever see this guy out there on the track again. Down the back straightaway, and he's even bigger on the lead. This one's over unless something happens up front.
Well, he knew he had to try something. He couldn't just follow in his tracks and go to the inside with him, so he jumped up the outside to see what he could do, made it work.
The way you rebound from a crash, how about just go out and win the race? That's exactly what Joey Logano does here at Kansas. Logano in 1st, and here's the battle with Carl Edwards coming around Scott's speed, as that is for position as well. Edwards picks up 7th, tries to salvage some more points. He's going to lose some more ground in the championship, but behind Logano and Busch, it's Keselowski, Harvick, Biffle, Allgaier in 6th, Edwards 7th, Speed 8th, Boyer 9th, and Reed Sorensen 10th.
You just beat him, man. Thank you.
Wow. I just can't believe that he did that. I mean, it didn't look like Kyle Busch was unbeatable.
Yeah, I didn't think there was any way. Yeah, I thought once that Joey wasn't able to make that pass on the inside coming out of 4, I thought it was finished then.
Second to that. God, I suck.
My, oh my, just 1 week ago, this was the ride that Joey Logano never wanted to take. 8 times. The car did its job. He walked away. But when you're that young, you wonder, how is it going to affect you mentally? He comes back 1 week later, passes on the outside with just 2 laps remaining, and ends up taking the win for the 4th time this year, passing Kyle Busch inside of 10 laps. Unreal.
Yeah, I don't think Kyle Busch thought that he could make that pass. He didn't even try to block him because I don't think he believed that that could possibly happen.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.